All right, check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the monthly meeting of the City of Des Moines Zoning Board of Adjustment. This board has the power under Iowa law and the zoning ordinance of the City of Des Moines to hear and make decisions on requests for variances and exceptions from the regulations in the zoning ordinance, to review conditional use requests, and to consider any appeals from any decision of city staff in the administration of the zoning ordinance. The members of this board are citizens of the City of Des Moines. It's a 7-member board. The board has been appointed by the City Council. The board members are volunteers and they receive no compensation for their public service. I'm going to introduce our board members that are present today. On the audience's right is Tom DeCio. Next to him is Rhonda Cedillo. I'm Mel Pins, the board chair. On my right is Marlis Jones. Next to her is Kuku Sa. We have one member who is checking in remotely. That's Heather Rowe. And we're just missing one member today. I'll introduce our city staff who are going to be assisting us today. That includes to my left, Gary Guidelock, legal counsel for the board, Frank Dunn-Young, senior city planner, Bert Dross, the deputy planning administrator, and Michelle Wall, our meeting moderator and recorder. I'm going to cover the meeting's procedure. I'm going to give a little bit of a briefer version of this. I'll explain why in a moment. First of all, the Zoning Board of Adjustment is a quasi-judicial board. This hearing will be conducted within the procedures and format as authorized by Iowa law and this city's ordinances. The meeting's open to the public. The meeting is being recorded by both audio and video for a legal record of these proceedings. The board members have each received a copy of the agenda and the staff recommendations. The board is required to base its decision on each item upon the criteria established by law for the type of relief sought by the applicant. The law applicable to each case has been identified in the written staff report. If the facts, as determined by this board, demonstrates that the criteria established by law for granting the relief have been satisfied, then the board must grant the relief. Otherwise, the board must deny the requested relief. Each item will be announced in the order that it appears on the agenda. Items that are listed on the consent portion of the agenda, which is our first section of the agenda, are not planned to be individually discussed. Rather, they will be considered for approval in accordance with the recommendation in the staff report, unless the appellant does not agree to the conditions that have been recommended by staff, or if there's an individual of this audience or a member of this board that requests that the item be removed from the consent agenda so that a full discussion on the matter can occur before a decision is made. Now I'll come back to that consent agenda. Frankly, our agenda for today only has one item on it. It is a consent agenda item. But I will poll the audience here momentarily, and if need be, we will open the hearing. If the appeal is approved today, we would ask that you wait until at least 1 week from today's hearing if you need to contact the city's Permit and Development Center to obtain any necessary building or sign permits that are related to your appeal. This will allow the decision of the board to be documented in the form of a decision and order. That document will then be provided to you and city staff for your records. Any appeal that is approved by this board must be implemented, constructed, or otherwise utilized within 2 years of the date of the board's decision, or such approval shall expire. Finally, the decisions of this board can only be appealed in the Polk County District Court. So if you believe you've been harmed by an error made by this board, your only remedy is to seek relief through the court within 30 days of the filing of the board's decision and order. If you believe the zoning regulations applied by this board are wrong, you may petition the City Council to change those regulations for future considerations. So, again, I'm giving you the basics here, but I think I'm going to shorten that just a little bit. We do only have one item on our consent agenda today. That means that city staff is recommending approval of the requested item. It's a zoning exception at 2715 Douglas Avenue. That item is related to an appeal on signage, the amount of signage and where those are allowed in the mixed-use district. So I'm going to poll the audience here. Is there any member of the audience that would disagree with this board granting the requested exemptions as presented? All right, seeing none. Applicant, you don't have to do anything but maybe raise your hand. Do you concur with the city staff recommendation?
I concur.
Okay. And board members, would anybody like to hear this item? Do you have any concerns with it? Okay, well, seeing none, then just directly, would there be a motion to approve the zoning exception request for 2715 Douglas as presented with staff recommendation? Motion by Rhonda and second by Marlis. All those in favor on the board, raise your right hand, say aye. And we'll poll remotely. Heather?
Aye.
All right, good job, thank you. Okay, all right, motion carries 6-0. So, thank you for coming in today. We'll get that copy of the approval to you in about a week, so you want to wait for that, and then you can apply for your sign permit directly. Any other business we need to do here today? Yes, thank you. All right, so minutes of last meeting, if you were here last month for May 28th, does anybody have any changes? If there are, say so. If none, would there be a motion to approve the minutes? Motion by Marlis, second by Rhonda. All those in favor, raise your right hand, say aye. Heather?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, again, motion carries 6-0. All right, minutes have been approved. Okay, seeing no other business, then this hearing is adjourned 7 minutes after it started. Thank you.
You are currently the only person in this conference. Please wait while others